more spirit, you know, Joe. I think the capability is there, the talent is there, but the spirit must be more, you know. They must learn how to play as a team and not as an individual person trying to. It's not in the case of, example, in Samboy Lim. Everybody was helping him out, and Alan Kaidik was even giving off assists instead of thinking of scoring, you know.
That's true. Incidentally, I'd like to give credit to Chino Trinidad for giving Vintage the highest production in their winning game against PBA 4. Showing a point production. That was another big one from Dante Yoyo Villamin, I'm sorry.
To up their lead to 15 points, there's a screen for Jojo Lastimosa, and he finally hits his first 2 points here in the second half. He only has a total of 4 in the ball game.
Took him a long time to get warmed up. Rudy Distrito. The familiar destroyer move didn't pay off that time, but Dante Gonzalgo, his teammate, ever present to do the rescue job. 99-84, 15-point lead for the veterans. Benji, a failure with a finger roll. Alvin Patrimonio, 99-86.
Power offensive rebound there, 13-point lead in the third quarter.
You know, Pure Foods fans have already been starving to see their favorite players in action after they were unceremoniously booted out right in the elimination round of the first conference.
That's right.
Traveling. Jojo Lastimosa saves the ball from going out of bounds as Ronnie Magsanak once again takes over the court general chores for the young ones. A cut inside by Ronnie Magsanak was telegraphed. Here's Hector Calma, Manny Victorino, Mutt and Jeff combination conspiring to give the veterans a 15-point lead and getting over the century hurdle.
Another thing that the veterans had in that play was their center, 6'5" Manny Victorino was running in the fast break.
Yes, sir. Well, he is probably one of only about 3 or 4 players his size who can do that. Another unproductive thrust here by the neophytes, and things are really looking dim for them at this juncture. 10 minutes to go. Manny Victorino comes through with another tour de force. 103-86. But then again, don't count out the rookies yet. Remember last year when they mounted a full-blown rally after trailing behind by a double-digit advantage. But I don't know if the veterans lead came up to this level, Dr. J.
Yes, this is a big one, 17 points. And, you know, they seem to have control of the ball game. Talking about the veterans.
Control to a point that they can even afford to showboat. Another failure by Mr. Excitement, who has proven to be not so exciting tonight. Rudy Distrito getting it over to Chito. Look inside. Calma.
Look at all those extra passes, Joe. That is what is making the difference in this ball game. No?
You know, the way the veterans are playing, you'd think they had rehearsed for this like a group of ballet dancers from the Pole Shore preparing for Swan Lake, and we have a timeout.
Timeout, RSJ team.
Enjoying a 19-point lead. Some commotion here with the crowd. Some people talking to each other as we see the RSJ team, the young ones, trying to regain their composure here. Magsanak forcing up this shot, missing it, and we have the red shirts running again. Forced shot there by Distrito. Ball going off to Ronnie Magsanak, who's trying to engineer a fast break points, but you can see the veterans coming back very quickly. Very good defense here. A 3-point shot by Ronnie Magsanak, and he has not rung the bell here in the second half. Rudy Distrito pushing the ball up.
8:37 left in the final quarter. 105-86 is the official tally. In case you've just joined us, you're watching a slightly delayed telecast of the 1990 version of the All Star PBA game. Hector Calma inbounding from the right sideline. Chito Luisaga can't fire over the head of Alvin Patrimonio. Goes to Calma cross court, and there is the bank attempt. It's a 3-on-3 break.
Good steal there.
The veterans wasting no time, really trying to humiliate their younger counterparts.
There's no question about that, Joe. 21-point lead right now, 107-86. No?
107-86. Wow. 8 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Incidentally, we'd like to make it clear that the compositions of these two clubs, or these two squads, were made by popular vote. So if there is a seeming imbalance, especially as far as the RSJ are concerned, that's not really their fault.
Yes, yeah, last year they had guys like De La Rosa and Agustin. De La Rosa could play the power forward position. And they didn't have not too much of point guards or big guards without having small forwards or power forwards left. No? And that certainly is a big difference. Yeah, I think they also had Agustin last year. No? So these guys certainly, you know the way that they can play. No? They can play different positions well.
Well, we don't want to denigrate the knowledge of the people who voted for this, the members of this team. But certainly a balance should have been considered as a factor. And perhaps a revision, maybe a slight revision of the format and determined composition is in order.
Could be. You know, Joe, it's like a boxing match. Last year certainly called for another rematch. But if they get beaten resoundingly here, there really shouldn't be a rematch anymore. No, there's nothing to see.
Exactly.
And maybe you can call for a different kind of format. Maybe 4 teams against 4 teams, no? Pick from those 4 teams and pick from 4 other teams. No? Try to balance it out.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you. You're always my friend.
In the meantime,
remember, Joe, like Leon Spinks beat Ali. Then Ali came back and beat him so badly there was no need for a third
there was
time
no
around.
need for a third meeting. Yes, you are absolutely right. And the parallel was very nicely drawn. Anyway, inside the paint, Benji Paras powers his way through, but can only settle for a consolation prize of 2 free throws.
Foul, Victorino.
Incidentally, I just got a note here from my compadre, Ermi Rivera. I didn't realize he was already in town. So if Mr. Rivera is in town, then Luisito Espinosa must be here too. So that's good news for boxing fans who have been hankering to see in person the newest darling of Philippine boxing, who promises to carve a path probably similar to the one
Distrito.
made by Gabriel Flash Elorde.
Victorino.
You know, the Lord has always been very kind to us, Joe. Whenever we have had problems as far as sports is concerned, you know,
Somebody always comes around.
yes, and Luisito is there to give us national pride, really, and we should respect him for that.
And the way he did it with such flourish in Bangkok, beating the daylights out of Hurley Sneed in 8 rounds, knocking him down 3 times in the weight team.
Yes, Joe, and Luisito was not made overnight. Couple of years in the making, the guy had to sweat it out to be what he is now.
Well, he owes a lot to my compadre, Ermi Rivera. Anyway,
Samboy wasn't made overnight either.
111 to 91. By the way he's turning in those points, you'd think he had only overnight to hit 100 points. He's already got 37.
Gonzalo wouldn't even give Paras a dunk, getaway dunk. He gave up the foul here.
Foul, Gonzalo.
But I like the format of pitting the veterans against the newcomers, Dr. J. It injects an element of pride into the contest, especially among the veterans.
Yes. But that has what is worked well for the veterans in this ball game. No? The teamwork that they have displayed. No? They realize who the gunners are, and the others, okay, you do it. You know, Samboy, Kaide, go ahead and do it. No, we'll have our share. We want to win. No? And that has been the most important thing for them.
Well, that's why they have the kind of elite. It's very hard for me to figure out at this point what, with all the figures posted on the board right now, 111 to 93. That comes down to 18 points,
18 points.
Hector Calma inside heavy traffic. The director couldn't find a hoop that time, but he's going to have a second crack at it. No, he goes to Chito. $113 to 93. 20-point advantage now for the Vets with 6 minutes and 17 left. Oh, now that takes the cake. I guess the RSJ can now throw in the towel when a guy with a ball handling prowess of Jojo Lastimosa can commit such a sloppy error.
Yes.
Paras.
Right in front of his own bench.
Paras.
Exactly.
Paras is now being replaced by Nelson Asaytono. The crowd has been really expecting a good game because the way they played against each other last year, no?
And what's going to make it even sweeter for the veterans is the fact that they're doing it without Ramon Fernandez.
Yes. People would have probably thought that lacking that guy as a center certainly would be a disadvantage to the veterans.
Dante Gonzalgo. So the veterans are making sure that people know that the rites of passage is not complete. Alvin Patrimonio displaying smarts in that bit of action. He took his sweet time, baited somebody to commit a foul, and made sure that he sunk the basket as well.
And Joe, that was not an easy shot. That was a left-handed shot on the part of Alvin Patrimonio, who also shows his foul shooting ability.
115 to 96. That's still a big mountain to climb, however, for the young Lions. They still have a 19-point mountain to scale. Lim against Boy Cabahug. He's been running berserk all night. There he is, issuing a blind pass to Hector Calma. Philip Cesar getting away from Ronnie Magsanov. Gonzalez open the basket.
He himself has also had a good shooting night, Philip Cesar.
Including a three-point bomb.
That's right.
Bong Alvarez.
A lot of power with that momentum of his glide to the hoop. Glide reminds me of Clyde Drexler, who the Portland Trail Blazers waiting for the game for Detroit and Chicago tonight, tomorrow morning.
So you got your money on, Dr. J?
Well, the home team probably will, well, you can never tell. Cesar, you're talking about him. That's the second three-point shot. And together with Sonny and Ramon, three guys who have played in the PBA since 1975.
Almost always against each other, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, Butterfingers. Now the RSJ are playing like ranked amateurs. Lim, look at this. Boy, he really would have brought the house down if he had made that one. Nelson Asaitono had to compound the woes of the young ones with a foul.
You were talking about the NBA earlier, no? Joe. It's really going to be a good one. Of course, really a much tougher division.
121 to 98 with 4 minutes and 21 to go. Looks like a lost cause here for the young Turks. And that only punctuated their misery tonight. The failure by Magsanov and Bong Alvarez, the two most dependable fellows for their respective teams, missing terribly at point-blank range and practically open.
And they have lost the fire, Joe. Well, it's the veterans who are showing the fire here.
They are the ones who have something to prove as we move into another moratorium.
Timeout, RSJ team.
Tonight, incidentally, we shall be singling out a special MVP award. This time it's going to be called the Mang Tomas MVP of the game. Mang Tomas, of course, is a very familiar name, especially among those who love lechon and sarsa.
If you don't know Mang Tomas, you don't know anybody.
Yes. 123 to 100, at least the young Turks were able to hit the century mark, but here's Samboy.
Samboy's been flying here. Hey, Joe, I don't like to preempt anybody, but Samboy is almost a hands-down choice here.
Well, let me put it more bluntly, Dr. J. It would be criminal to deprive him of the honor the way he's played tonight for the veterans.
And he has played with a lot of fire, Joe. I mean, this is why this guy has not played one whole year physically healthy, because of the way he's been playing.
That suicidal attitude of his, huh?
Joe, this is not even an official game, it's an all-star game. He's dying there.
Look at him, stripping the ball away from Boy Cabahug. He's got a big smile on his face as he acknowledges the error.
Yeah, that's why Samboy also has a lot of fans, because of his attitude towards the game.
He's one guy who never complains at a referee's whistle. Huh?
No.
Look at this. Isolated moment of brilliance there for the young ones.
Showtime.
127 to 102. 129 to 102. And still 2 minutes and 54 left before the agony for the underclassman ends. Cabahug was perfectly open, but he didn't have the touch. Or maybe no longer the inspiration. Ronnie Magsanov. 129 to 104. Samboy traveling.
That took away the 2 points there as the pass by Kaidik was a little bit too wild for Samboy, you know.
Besides, you can get carried away, too. The way Samboy seems to be really overstepping on the accelerator. Hey, look at Tarzan. Well, Tarzan, I call Benji Paras that, but in that particular instance, Bong Alvarez certainly looked like he was about to issue the cry of the bullet.
That's right. Hanging by the ropes there. Here's Samboy driving to the right again.
Looks like divine providence is on the side of Samboy tonight. He can't seem to miss.
Last 2 minutes.
We're into the last 2 minutes of this great All-Star game, brought to you by KP, the official outfitter of the PBA. Alert, and let's try to pile up stats at this point. Well, in retrospect, Dr. J, the RSJ were only in the ball game for about 1.5 quarters, wouldn't you say?
Well, even up to the end of the first half. But when Jimmy Mariano had to give playing time to Esplana and Marata, and then they had to guard mismatches like Kaidik and Samboy Lim at the same time, it was all over there. Then Lastimosa never got going. Paul Alvarez didn't get going until this quarter, and they had nothing.
Oh!
Kaidik, 3 points.
Alan Kaidik knocking it in from 25 feet again, 138 to 110. Some kind of a sweet redemption for Alan Kaidik, who's crowned as the best three-point shooter in the land, has been placed in a cloud of doubt because of the heroics of Ronnie McSonnock in the championship series.
Philip Cesar trying another three-point shot. He's got 3 out of 4.
3 points.
Akala nyo laos na ako, ha?
Ito sa inyo.
Ito sa'yo.
Oh, it's a 29-point lead, Joe.
Almost incredible the way the veterans have really shown up their younger counterparts tonight. Boy Cabajo finally got one in. That's his 9th point tonight. 141 to 114. Philip again. But credit have that basket to another brilliant assist from Samboy.
Well, he's done everything today, Joe.
Done just about everything except massage the backs of his teammates.